Everyone, on today's Techie Topic podcast, we are lucky to have Sam Wogan, a well-known digital journalist with us. So Sam, what interesting Techie topics would you like to talk about today? Hi Brad, today I'd like to talk about some of the reasons why we shouldn't automatically believe everything we read online. Uh, and how false information spreads so easily with the help of technology. One of the reasons for this is a phenomenon known as a circular reporting. Circular reporting? What's that? Basically report which are based on the other report rather on the primary evidence or source. To be reader, it looks like the information is coming from several different independent sources, which normally means it can be trusted. But in actual fact, alter reports are based on each other. Imagine a piece of false information is published, for example, on Wikipedia and then is referenced in a newspaper article or publication. Then, in turn, the original Wikipedia entry reference or quotes the article as validation that information is true. In a nutshell, it's the confirmation of false information by more than one publication. Let me see if I've understood this correctly. So, someone writes an article on Wikipedia which contains some false information. That's right. False information which is not referenced or checked and in no way is obvious as being false. Okay, and then this false information is copied from Wikipedia by a journalist and include newspaper article or other type of article as if it were a true information. Wikipedia reference the newspaper article which verifies the information in the original Wikipedia article as being true. That's right, and sometimes it's not just one newspaper article that cites the false information. Several publications might include it, and it becomes very difficult prove to prove to prove that original information is false. Let me give you an example. A few years ago, a 17 years old American student was on holiday with his family in Brazil. He spotted what he believed to be an artwork, but which was in fact a type of Brazilian raccoon called a coati. When the boy got home after his holiday, he went online and changed the Wikipedia entry by adding the name Brazilian artwork to the information on this article as a sort of joke, and then he forgot about it and thought nothing more it. However, what started to happen was the article and blogs began to quote the information from Wikipedia, and then those articles were reported as evidence in Wikipedia. Before long, everyone was talking about the Brazilian artwork as if it were factual information. So when information makes its way from a Wikipedia page into a published article, so article could be spreading false information without even realizing it. Exactly, it makes you wonder how many hoax invented by people in this way have ended up as truth in many people's minds just because people copy and paste vandalized Wikipedia page. Let's not say all information on Wikipedia is false by any means. There's a ton of really valid information there, and it is constantly being updated. Many people consider it to be the most up-to-date and unbiased en- en- encyclopedia in the world. However, it is the open structure However, it is the open structure of Wikipedia compared to a traditional encyclopedia, which makes it a target to be tampered with. We just have to be aware that there may be a certain amount of inaccuracies on Wikipedia. Yes, and it's also worth mentioning that circular reporting is not just restricted to harmless information like the Brazilian art park, isn't it? For example, some time ago claims the Shanton vaccine could cause autism in children were published in the prestigious medical publication by a British surgeon. The problem was that the unsupported claims were picked up by the media and the news spread like wildfire. Soon enough, the general public were understandably concerned about the risk, and a number of parents refused to vaccinate their children. Consequently, in recent years, we have seen an increase in the number of children suffering childhood diseases such as measles. By the time and claims were believed that there is a link between vaccine and autism. We can make certain steps as checking the original source of the information, and if it all possible, checking that the original source is reliable and not just taken from either Wikipedia, Facebook, or the media. So we need to be a little more critical and not just believe everything we read online. That's right. Although it's difficult because we want information quickly and immediately, so it's not always available to spend time checking the source of information. Even though we should centrally try and reflect on the information and decide ourselves if we think it's true or not. If you feel unsure about the validity of certain information, then there's no harm in looking into it further to check how true it actually is. Just goes to show how difficult it is sometimes for the truth to be heard. Absolutely. In practical terms, how can we be sure that what we are reading is true? That's very true. We often take things at face value and don't really take the time to think critically about them.